Now, the Ghana Airport Company Limited, GACL, says the agreement it has with Frontiers Health Services contains information that cannot be disclosed. This is the response to a right to information request sent to the company by Head of Research at Joy News, Raymond Akwa. Frontiers was charged to undertake Covid-19 tests at the Kotoka International Airport. The deal came under intense scrutiny following allegations of corruption leveled by some civil society organizations and opposition MPs. Joy News has been trying to get details of the contract. Joseph Akable is with our research desk and joins me in studio with more. Now, Joe, what specific information did we require from the airport company?
And so a number of items. The first is a copy of the Ghana Airport Companies Limited contract with Frontiers Health Services in respect of COVID-19 testing at the airports. The second being a chronology of the processes that led to the selection and award of the contract to Frontiers Health Services. Number three, the reasons for the selection and award of the contract specified above to Frontiers Health Services, and the total amount of money generated from the COVID-19 testing at the airports from the inception of this agreement with Frontiers till date. And number five, the total amount of money that has been made by Frontiers Health Services from the COVID-19 testing at the airport from the inception of the contract with Frontiers till date. And finally, the total amount of money that has been made by Government of Ghana from the COVID-19 testing at the airport from the inception of the contract till date.
Because these became topical issues when this same contract came to the fore. Now, run us through the responses that they've given to each of the requests.
Yes, and so the airport company indicates, I'm reading directly from the letter, it says that in compliance with the provisions of the Right to Information Act, the Ghana Airport Company Limited responds to your request as follows. So one, the agreement between the GACL and Frontiers Health Services contains information of a nature exempted under Section 10 of the Right to Information Act, that is Act 989. And GACL is not in possession of the chronology of the processes that led to the selection and award to Frontiers Health Services to provide the COVID-19 testing at the airport. And the passengers arriving in the country were required to undergo the testing, made payments directly to Frontiers Healthcare Services. And finally, they are unable to provide or confirm the amount of money derived from the COVID-19 testing because passengers paid directly to Frontiers Healthcare providers.
Now, they are making reference to Section 10. What does that say in the law?
And so under Section 10 of the Right to Information Act, it provides as follows. And so it indicates information that you are exempt from disclosure. And so it makes the point that one, information that contains trade secrets or financial, commercial, scientific, or technical information that belongs to the state or public institution, and the information has monetary or potential monetary value. Number two, it makes the point that the disclosure of information can reasonably be expected to affect the integrity or stability of the financial or damage the financial interest of the state or public institution or the ability of the state to manage the national economy. Again, disclosure of information that can reasonably be expected to cause disruption of business or trade, and information that can unduly benefit or injure a person. And also it contains information that if you disclose, it will be injurious to national security and economic development. And so these are some of the requirements under Section 10 of the law.
Interesting. Now, the issue of the contract came up in Parliament, and Tamale Central MP Ibrahim Mutala joins us on the line with more on this. Hello, good afternoon, and thanks so much. Okay. So Blay, before we join Mutala there, what's the next step after these responses from the company?
In fact, we intend to file an appeal at the Right to Information Commission because under the law, once you make a request and the entity decides that they are not going to provide the request to you, you have the option of going over to the Right to Information Commission to ask them to, intervene by way of a review of that particular decision. And so that is an option that we intend to exercise here at Joy News. And we are taking this step because this matter came up in Parliament. And when it came up in Parliament, they did indicate Ibrahim Mutala had made a request and asked specifically that the Speaker orders for the contract to be provided to Parliament. And the assurance was to the effect that this will be provided. And so this is why we believe that it's information that they should be able to make available. All right.